session the other day, a news conference, where you had I believe it was a 13-point plan, including certain things like mandatory approval of labor contracts by the General Assembly. Tell me, right now that doesn't have to happen. What difference would that make to you, and how would you work that?
Well, first of all, we're one of the only states that do labor union contracts in this way. You know, most states do it statutorily, which would clearly give us more flexibility in a way to do a budget that's a responsible way to do a budget. But at the very least, we get elected by our constituents throughout the state, Republican and Democrat, and they do that in the hopes that we're going to make responsible decisions. And to think that there are these major multi-million dollar contracts that are being negotiated that we don't have any say over, effectively any say over, I think is an abrogation of our responsibility, and it's really not fair to the process and the people of the state.
Representative Klarides, one of the things that has been discussed a lot and was discussed in that deficit mitigation session, in the last session before that, was this idea of a lockbox for transportation funding. Is that something that would actually work, in your opinion, and would it pass this time?
Well, first of all, Senator and I in our caucuses thank the governor for finally coming around and understanding that that's an idea we've put forth for many years, because it's about responsibility, right? That's what this is about, in checks and balances. So the answer to your question is very simple. Yes, if it is defined properly. It's not okay to just say, yes, we're going to have a lockbox without language that actually says, here's what money is going in, this money will always go in, and here's it will always be spent for transportation. So, you know, you want to make sure that none of this is done for political purposes. It's not okay to go on the campaign trail and say, oh, we did a lockbox, so people have a false feeling of, oh, they're being more responsible, when the language isn't really so. So we feel very are strongly, both of our caucuses, that language has to be just right, and then it's something that we would certainly support if the language is correct.